A man who maps the cosmos should be able to find his way home. Yet Albert Einstein, the gentle genius who unlocked the secrets of time and light, failed the three people who shared his blood. Behind the iconic wild hair and twinkling eyes lies a devastating secret the world wouldn't discover until 1986. One child vanished without a grave, another spent 30 years locked in an asylum, and a third grew up to see his father as a stranger. This is the story of Einstein the father and the human cost of his genius. Before the fame and the Nobel Prize, a 17-year-old Einstein fell in love with Milva Merrick, the only woman in his physics program in Zurich. Their romance produced passionate letters about molecular forces and an unplanned pregnancy. In 1902, unmarried and desperate for a respectable patent office job, Einstein stayed in Switzerland while Milva returned to Serbia alone to give birth to a girl, Liesel. Einstein never made the 800-mile trip to see her. A year later, Liesel contracted scarlet fever. In a chilling letter, Einstein asked how the infant was registered, hinting at paperwork to quietly adopt her away and dodge a career-ruining scandal. After that letter, Liesel vanishes. There is no grave, no photograph, no further mention in thousands of pages of Einstein's writings. The secret of his firstborn was buried for 84 years. By 1919, Einstein was a global icon. Starlight bent exactly as his equations predicted. But in the exact year the world crowned him, he divorced Milva, handing her a cold list of demands and leaving her and their two sons in Zurich while he lived in Berlin. His youngest son, Eduard, was luminous and incredibly gifted. He devoured poetry, played piano brilliantly, and worshipped his father. But at age 20, Eduard's mind broke. Diagnosed with severe schizophrenia, he turned on his father, screaming that he hated him for bringing him into the world and abandoning him. Milva bankrupted herself caring for Eduard, suffering strokes and dying in debt. Einstein sent money, but the geography never changed. In 1933, fleeing the Nazis, Einstein visited 23-year-old Eduard in the Zurich asylum for a painful goodbye. Einstein sailed for America, and for the remaining 22 years of his life, never once crossed the ocean to see his sick child again. Eduard died in that asylum. The eldest son, Hans Albert, survived by hardening himself. He fought bitterly with his father, who tried to forbid his marriage using the exact same cruel criticisms Einstein's own mother had used against Milva. Hans Albert eventually built his own life in America, becoming a highly respected engineering professor at UC Berkeley. He outran his father's shadow, but carried a complicated, quiet grief. The man who was a saintly hero to the globe was a ghost in his own home. Was Einstein a monster? No. His private letters reveal a man in genuine agony. He called Eduard's illness the heaviest sorrow of his life. But Einstein had a fatal emotional flaw. When human intimacy became too messy and painful, he detached. He treated his family the way he treated a failed physics theory. He set it aside and moved to the next problem. He once confessed, with brutal honesty, that he was a lone traveler who had never belonged wholeheartedly to any person. The very detachment that allowed his mind to float freely among the stars was the same detachment that left his children reaching for a father who wasn't there. He could hold the universe in his head, but he couldn't hold his son's hand through a breakdown. Behind every legend, someone pays the price. The next time you see that famous photo with the tongue stuck out, remember the three names standing just outside the frame: Liesel, Eduard, and Hans Albert.